Happy Monday, everybody. And it's the Monday after Valentine's Day. So I'm sure there's a lot of drama that's going on. Valentine's Day, in many different ways, it can bring love bombing, or it can bring heartbreak and betrayal, or it can bring new beginnings, or it can bring all sorts of crazy stuff. We've got a lot of metaphors running around with Valentine's Day and romance and partnership and what things should look like. And times like this time of year, for a lot of people. So, with that said, let's make sure my Wi Fi is in good shape. Okay, looks like we're good. All right, so I'm Rita Hickman. I'm a body mind expert, a shiatsu massage therapist, but I use all of these wonderful indigenous medicines and skills and shamanic work and whatnot to help women take their lives back from a narcissist, whether it's they are living with one and considering a divorce or leaving, whether you're in the middle of a divorce, whether the divorce has ended and you need to heal, whether the narcissist was a parent or a family member, whether they're a boss, or whether you've decided you want to stay with your narcissist for now, for whatever really good reasons that you have, and you need better coping skills. The interesting thing is I could completely dial down on one of these, but really it's a whole process. And since we are all aspects of all of these different parts and pieces, sometime one day you want to leave, the next day you want to stay. One day you hate them, and the next day you have compassion for them. So no matter where you are in your journey, it's really great to bring people together who are in other parts of the journey, who are above and below, ahead and behind, because that's how we gain the confidence and the understanding to move forward, that we're not alone. So today's topic is about how do you walk away from a narcissist without regret. So one of the things that a narcissist does is, because they have the emotional drama that they do around them, they create a constant level of anxiety in whoever is in a close relationship with them, who's being victimized by them. And that anxiety keeps you very much out of your rational mind. It keeps you in your amygdala. And in fact, in my business, we call it amygdala hijacking. So that little piece in the back of your brain goes into overdrive, and it says, you know what, this is really dangerous and we need to be hyper aware. And so your digestion shuts down, all sorts of important systems shut down. In fact, a friend of mine talked about it, how she started to crave salty snacks. And when your body craves salty snacks, it means that it's getting ready to save itself. It's getting ready to run away. It's dumping out extra potassium and charging the body up. So, I mean, stress and being hijacked by your amygdala regularly really starts to wear down your body, because it can't heal itself, because it's constantly in a high level of survival and awareness. When you are in this place, you can't even consider walking away. The anxiety and the levels of fear and the confusion and the physical hijacking that you get keep you right in place, making the same decisions, going around the same circle, just praying that there will be some relief, praying that somehow magically this will all solve itself. Well, in reality, the only way out of the hole that you're in, the only way to walk away from a narcissist, whether it's temporarily because it's strategic or to send a message, or whether it's permanent because you really are ready to start the next chapter of your life, there's a few things that you need to do. And one of the most important ones is to start to give yourself permission to start to take care of yourself, to heal, to give yourself permission to take even one small step to move in a good direction. And one of the best directions to go is to find a healthy, supportive, loving community of some sort. Not the one, I used to go to other talking circles and to other programs, that were designed for personal healing. But the problem that I had with that was that it stayed stuck in that amygdala hijacking again. It stayed stuck in that loop. People never really got past the anxiety and the fear and the anger. They never really moved past that. And so there wasn't a resolution. I was reading an article the other day about reasons why therapists keep their sessions to 50 minutes. And there were a lot of really good reasons. And one of the reasons was, people can't talk about their problems for 4 hours because it would destroy the rest of their day. Well, this idea that you have to just open a door and then close it again isn't very healing. It's not very healthy. You actually need a group where you can feel like you have enough time to say whatever you need to say, that you're being heard, that you're able to move this energy out of you, that you're able to come full circle and come to a resolution in some way. Maybe it doesn't have to be in a 4-hour marathon, but it's not left hanging. Things aren't left hanging for a week where your body's trying to figure out, are we in the middle of this trauma again? What are we doing about this? This kind of where you start to catch your breath, but you never quite exhale is part of what can keep us trapped. Therapy every week, that's not long enough, not getting what we need, keeps us trapped in this cycle because we don't move forward. And so when you start to have a community, not just, let's say, one person that you talk to, like a therapist, but when you start to have friends and family and people on your side that say, yeah, I understand where you're coming from. I know what you're going through. And maybe it's, a group like I run, where it's women who are all going through the same thing. And they're going through together, and they don't tell their friends and family because they came from dysfunction, because their family is so disordered, they'll never be able to even understand or support the process. So if you want to walk away without regret, you need to find a community that you can belong to where you feel supported. Now, here's the neat thing. The neat thing is we become most like the 5 people we spend the most time with. So if you start communicating with women who are healthier, who understand who you are, who have better relationship skills, better social skills, you too will develop those. You too will start to develop that confidence just naturally, like by osmosis, because you're hearing them. It's starting to rewire your thinking. It's starting to make you look at the world in a different way. And what starts to happen is you begin to understand the narcissist. You begin to look at them through their eyes, understanding the struggles that they have. And it doesn't mean you stay, and it doesn't mean you're not mad. But what happens is you no longer take it personally. Suddenly, the problem that a narcissist has nothing to do with you. It has to do with the fact that they struggle with mental health or internal issues or a past or PTSD or, brain chemistry that's off. But it's theirs. It's theirs to work with. What yours to work with is the things that make you feel like you need to fix it. The beliefs that you have that tell you that you can't stand up for yourself. The ones that say that a good woman is a martyr. The ones that say that no one can be trusted because everyone has a dark side that will get you when you're not paying attention. Or the belief that you can't protect yourself when you're helpless, or that you don't deserve love and you don't deserve community. Here's the interesting thing. I was thinking about this the other day. And I was thinking about how the people who are super wounded, the narcissists, let's say, the victims of narcissists, people in war, people who are causing war, the victims in our world are the ones that need the most love, even if it's the narcissist. They need the most love. Doesn't mean you have to give love from close up. Doesn't mean you have to give love from within the relationship. In fact, I find it a lot easier to love people from a little bit of a distance. But, in many indigenous tribal cultures, when someone is struggling, when someone does something that's horrific and horrible and out of what a balanced, loving human being would do, the community comes together to support them. So not only do you need a community, the narcissist needs a community, and something to help us evolve past this darkness and pain and struggle and conflict and lack of empathy and dissonance that we have in us. When we can come from a place of compassion balanced with rationality, where we're not triggering, where we're not hijacked, when we can look at the situation, with some understanding, it helps us let go. It helps resolve all of those issues within you. That's why they say things like forgiveness is for the person who forgives. Love is for the person who loves. Because when you're able to start getting your needs met from your community, and then you're able to start looking beyond your own perspective and seeing other perspectives, and you're able to start seeing the perspective of the person who's been victimizing you, there's a peace that happens and a nourishment. It's like watering a plant, it's like giving it fertilizer. That's what love and compassion and good support do. And you don't just break free from a victimizing relationship only to walk into another one. Instead, what happens is you evolve. You grow beyond that. You grow beyond the need to have such a destructive relationship. You grow beyond the need to have that level of conflict and drama in your life. And you start to recognize that you are no longer the little person who is helpless, or brain wasn't developed enough. You're no longer that person. You're someone who stands on their own feet, who can take care of themselves and have resources available to them. When you start developing these things, when you start doing your healing work, getting your community, having compassion for yourself and other people, what happens is that it's not very hard to walk away from a narcissist anymore. Because now it's not about you and about them. It's about a bigger issue. It's about getting your needs met. It's about having love and compassion for yourself and other people. It's about respecting yourself. And when it comes to that, then the narcissist doesn't have that power over you anymore. They had the power by keeping you controlled, by keeping you manipulated, by keeping your brain in a constant state of stress, by keeping you never knowing what's going to happen next, by keeping you uncertain and insecure. And this is how a narcissist gets their power. They convince you of these things. And a good community, a safe community, will help you learn that those maybe used to be true, or they're only minimally true, that there's a much, much bigger truth. And when you get to the other side, then you turn around and you look at the women who are on their path and you help them through. You become part of their community. And we become a chain of women who helps each other raise each other up. That's how it works. And when you have that, you walk away from the narcissist without any guilt, without any shame, with support, with strength, grateful for the lesson. That's how that unfolds. So if you're having a hard time walking away from a narcissist, you need some support. And I happen to offer support because this is what I do. This is what I've done. You turn around and you help the women that are coming up behind you. So we've got a wonderful group, a wonderful community to start changing your mind. I do one-on-one coaching. I've got a whole free searchable library of narcissist videos where you can start learning about different points of view and expanding your mind and your thinking. That give you everything that you need to walk away, because even if it's walking away temporarily because you're learning how to stand up for yourself, or walking away permanently because you've had it and you need something different because this isn't going anywhere. You get to choose. And if you need some support, let me know, because I will point you in the right direction of what can help you. Okay? So I hope you have a great rest of your day. And I'm looking forward to seeing you tomorrow. Bye.